right, hello YouTube. We are here for the finals of the 2024 Big Apple Bonspiel. My name is Keith Wispauer. I'm going to take you along for the ride, and with me is John Schuster. So today's game is between the Galt Curling Club and Broomstones. Galt is out of Ontario and Broomstones out of Massachusetts. So for the Galt team, we have skip Peter Stewart. He'll throw the third rock. The vice is Chris Stone throwing fourth rock. Second, Carly Houghton. And the lead is Kira Vibert. For the Broomstones team, the skip is Jake Davis. He'll throw second rock. The vice is Monica Walker throwing fourth rock. The third rock thrower is Connor Hoge, and the lead is Kim Jennett. We'll kind of lead you through this lineup. They don't have a skip throwing last rocks, which is, well, both teams actually don't have skips throwing last rock. It's a little unusual, but it works if you have a good team dynamic. So we'll see the result of the coin flip, who has last rock and who's going to be throwing first. Okay, so it looks like Galt is going to have the hammer in the first end. And the Broomstones team is calling for in the house with the first rock. Line looks good. And they sweep it right into the forefoot. Galt's going to go for a corner guard here. Sweeper think it's pretty heavy. All right, so first rock of the game, and the ice is pretty fast this weekend. Call now for Broomstones. Just come right, put a guard right on there, or freezing on tops. Pretty good, both of them. We have a little bit of a chuckle. Just a little deeper. They're going to bring it around. So a little heavier than they wanted, but they're sitting 2 right now. And now Galt's going to make a play on the rocks in the house. Sweeping for line. Hits it, jams in the back. That's a good result. And now Broomstone's just going to try and hit this rock out. Could be a conservative first end here. Sweeping early for line. Looks like it's really moving. Sweeping hard for a piece and just clips it. It's a little bit of a miss there. Again, it's his first rock of the game. Galt's just going to go to the wing here. Sweepers like the weight. And it's going to sit nice and even with the rock that's in the forefoot, so you're not going to be able to double those up right now. So if we have anyone watching right now that would like to get in the chat, let me know what you're looking for from your commentator. And we'll see if we can have a little bit of a good time.
So leading up to these finals, we had 20 teams playing in this Big Apple Bonspiel. Started with round robin in 4 pools of 4 teams apiece. The Broomstones team was first ranked after the round robin, and the Galt team was ranked number 3. And they were meeting each other in this final.
Maybe hitting a little bit of a spill out there from Broomstones. Probably wanted to just maybe get a roll in or nose it. Now Galt's going to try and attempt to put that same stone back.
Did you tell him about the other finals?
No, I don't. I actually wasn't here for the other finals. Can you let me know how they went, John?
Well, I can try. Let's see. Last night we had a E-event, non-middling event, final event between Long Island Curling Club with Dave Ruckdeschel at Skip beat the Nutmeg team, Miller, in the E-event final. So Long Island Curling Club won the E-event. Earlier this afternoon, or earlier this morning, I guess, the D-event final was played between Windy City and Ardsley, and Windy City came out on top of that one. And right now, other games on sheets A and C, which we'll update you on periodically. We have the B-event final on sheet A between Schenectady, Stewart. Megan Stewart is skipping that one, and Raju's team skipping team from India. And that's the B-event final. And over on sheet C, we have a C-event final between Brooklyn and Nutmeg. Brooklyn Klauser and Nutmeg Holm. And if you want to watch those games instead of listening to the scintillating commentary here, you can go to the YouTube Ardsley channel and you can watch those games with on-ice audio, no commentary.
We are trying our best, though.
We are. So far, we're doing a great job.
I hope so.
You are.
So still a clean end here on our featured sheet. Oh, this one really curling. Should still get enough of that red to get it out. And so now we have nothing in the house. And I think we're going to look towards a blank, but we'll see what else we have in store. These aren't the... Well, they're very good. I was going to say they're not the tip-top professionals. They're pretty close. So it's going to be tough to see many misses.
But we often don't see people playing for blanks at this level, in the club level. I guess in the finals they do.
All right, so that Broomstones rock is going to sit nicely in the top 8 on the center line. And Galt's just going to try and hit it, probably try and stick around here. This one looking real nice. It's going to roll over to the wing. So now we're in the skip rocks, just the one rock in the house. And it's all just a matter of execution. Now over in the C final, we have a bunch of stones as guards. That's going to be a little trickier to figure out.
Let's take a quick look over on that sheet. It's early in the game over on B.
Yeah, so red line the 1 right now.
Still have a few rocks to play, but a lot of stones up in front.
Yeah, yellow is, I believe, Brooklyn. They have the last rock this end. So now Nate and Paul are going to talk about this. There's a lot of things you can do here. They're just figuring out which double raise to guard and things like that. Yellow is second and third shots. If the red goes with any sort of difficult shot, you could look at 2 or 3 yellows here. And we've had a nice Brooklyn contingent this year. We had 3 teams. I think we had 3 teams last year, so they enjoy coming up here, and we like having them.
And we'll go back to our feature game.
Yeah, so the last 2 shots, Broomstones was able to hit and stick. Galt was able to hit and stick. They'll just throw this one and try and make them at least make a difficult shot for the blank. This is also interesting for me as the commentator to say, do I have to explain that it's good to blank this end? Because when you're just watching curling for the first time, I know you see them throw for the blank, they hit and they roll out, and everyone boos, which we don't do in curling. This one is going to hit and roll right out, so Galt is just going to throw a stone down a line they like. But anyway, so I think we've got a fairly curling savvy audience that's going to know Galt's just going to throw this through, take the blank, and they'll have the hammer in the second end.
And these are 8-end games. if anybody was wondering.
Right.
And Stone sails right through, and we get a blank for the first. So first rock coming in the second end. Sweepers just walked away from it. It's going to go through. Well, that's an unusual strategy.
Yeah, they're probably doing something we don't even know about.
They're playing much above my level when they would throw the first rock through.
So Galt with a chance to put up a corner guard. The sweepers not looking at it at all. So it's not the guard they were looking for, but still acceptable in the house.
And it looks like they're just going to take this out.
Yeah, it looks nearly perfect. Right on the nose. So now it's a little interesting what Galt's going to try and do. It looks like he's in favor of the hit and roll here. He can play a little more aggressive and throw a corner guard on the other side. I like this, though. You've got the last rock, so you just hold it, even if it is another blank. So that's the thing. Teams at this level, you know, the A final level, are making these shots not easily, but a lot. And we're going to end up with something where maybe we do just get a blank again with no guards in play. So now this is the skip for Broomstones. Jake Davis, he throws second rocks.
And another hit, a little bit of a roll to the top of the 4 foot. No, it's more like the 8 foot.
We got a nice nose hit there. So let's see, John. While this one's kind of being run through, do we want to take a look at the other seats?
Yeah, so while
see how those first ends ended up.
So let's see, over on sheet A, and this is our B event final.
It looks like red scored 2, so that's Team India Raju. They're playing Megan Stewart and the Schenectady team. We have those hammer indicators on the scoreboard. So if you can see, there's a hammer on the yellow side. So it was a steal of 2 in the first end for Raju.
If they put the hammer indicator in the right place.
That's true.
It's always unknown. And we'll take a look over on sheet C with the C event final between Brooklyn and Nutmeg.
Now remember, we came back here before Brooklyn had the hammer in the first, so we had a steal of 1 for Nutmeg. And they had that pile of guards. So that one in the forefoot must have survived.
Yeah, that wasn't too terribly surprising. It would have been hard for Brooklyn to squeeze one into the forefoot.
I should mention, this Brooklyn team won the Big Apple in 2023 last year.
The Brooklyn team, huh? Oh, this is the Klauser team?
Yes. So back to the feature, the A final.
Still continue to remove stones. This is,
getting these nice nose hits in. All right, so now we're seeing Peter Stewart, the skip for Galt, skating down to throw his rocks. He throws the third rocks. Chris Stone's in the house. He'll throw the fourth rocks when those come up. This one really curling. Is he just going to have enough to clip it out? No. So now the play for Broomstones here is to split the house. Yeah, they're just talking about how much ice to take. Sweepers seem to like it. They're on and off.
Not sure it's curling as much as they hoped.
That's a very nice spot, though.
That's a good spot.
not sure if they indicated if they wanted to just hit the nose here or a little roll towards center. Well, those are both your ideal options. Rolls about half a rock to the left.
But they are sitting shot right now.
Yes.
Probably won't matter in a minute here.
Yeah, no, the yellow is going to go. The question is, where does the red rock end up? Because any little roll out, and you've got the option for the blank again. So you got to make sure you make these well. This is real good.
Little roll to, well, very little roll to the inside.
Peter's just kind of lining that up, seeing what kind of angle he needs to roll towards the red. I don't know if you... It's tough to make the double right now, but a roll towards the other stone, kind of just group them, is probably your best play here. I like to say that probably the best play because there's a good chance I'm wrong, and I never want to sound too confident when I'm, you know, making mistakes all the time. Sweeping and push this over.
Doesn't look like it's going to get much of a roll, if any.
You know, that just on the nose, which is fine. And again, they're shot rock.
So at this point, it looks like they're going to force them.
Yeah, if they get a nose hit here, I can't imagine you do anything crazy. Push on the sweep here. Hope to stick around. Just going to roll out.
So we'll roll out. So what do you think? They're going to blank this one again?
It looks like that would be the A plan here. I know for me, sometimes I broom these a little tight and say if I hit it on the nose, it's one. But if I miss it completely wide, I give up one. So, but they know what they're doing. Just try and hit half a rock. Ideally, right where Peter's broom is. If Chris can hit it there, they get a nice, easy blank. this one really going.
Well, looks like they'll settle for the one. That's a force of one.
So a well-played end by both teams, and you just kind of have that one shot in the end where he doesn't get exactly what he wants, but it's not a terrible mistake. They still get their one.
So going into the third end, it's Broomstones 0 and Galt 1 on the board. Broomstones will have the hammer in this end.
On sheet B, in the B final, on sheet A, we just had a score of 2 from Schenectady. Now let me see if I get eyes on sheet C. It looks like red sitting for sure 1. It looks like a second too.
Take a look at sheet C for a moment.
I think Cody was just kind of drawing in here. It's going to crash on the guard. Opens up that shot in the back if he ever needs to make a play on that. They're going to discuss where they want the guard. I think he wants to guard the shot right at the rock, but he also needs to, he's looking at, I think this is what Paul was mentioning, he wants to make sure he covers the yellow run in. So this Nutmeg team won the Cool Duck this year. We had that in November.
Oh, did they?
And now they're going to 5 and Under Nationals, which is April or May. We got a nice pair of guards up on sheet B. That's the feature game, or A final. I'm going to turn my focus to sheet C here. Nate's throwing this guard. Looks like it's coming in nice. They're going to sweep it at the end here. Really trying to push it for curl. Little bounce. Well, that's real nice. So now Brooklyn's going to have to figure out, red is sitting 2, and you don't have a lot of your own rocks to bump in there, so it'll be interesting to see what he likes. So I think just sort of a run on the reds. Or is he looking at... So it looks like Cody's going to try and run this red guard, pick out the red in the house. If you ever make it absolutely perfect, you can get 1, but that's not easy. This also is the broom for the draw. I may be completely missing what he's trying to do. Okay, so this isn't hit weight. So looks like they are just trying to draw in here. Sweepers really got to go on this, try and get by that guard. They're by the guard, now they got to bring it for weight. Anything in the 8-foot cuts it down. So that's a nice shot. That's just about as good as he could do. And everyone got to see me make a huge mistake thinking he was going to try and peel out those guards.
Well, that would have been more exciting.
It would have. Back to the A final, and Broomstones now line 1. Try and get a hit and roll. Hit this right on the nose. So it's interesting how each game kind of has its own personality and how the strategy is going. So for this one, they're not leaving rocks in play because you know that the other team is really good at moving things around on their last rock. If you leave things around, suddenly you give up 3s and 4s. Kim's going to sweep this a little bit to curl. It's just going to curl in and nice and 6 around in the 12 foot. So we looked at it. Looks like we have competitive games on every sheet here.
Well, I guess at this point you hope that they should be if they're all the finals.
Yeah. Yeah, you have all good teams, and they've kind of separated themselves into different events. These 8 teams wouldn't have lost a game all weekend yet. And then for this Broomstones team, they came in ranked first, which is, out of all the top teams from their pools, they had the best score in our draw to the button contest. So all 4 throwers would throw, and you get a certain score based on where it ends up in the ring. So the pin is 5, the button's 4, the 4 foot is 3, the 8 foot is 2, the 12 foot is 1. All 4 throwers go, and the total score is how we got our seeding.
So that's by the highest score. So the button is Button is 5. Yeah. So they didn't do it by distance. They didn't do exact measurements. They just did it by closest.
Yeah. Yeah, you see where the stone ends up and just kind of take your score. Yeah, I think I watched our YouTube with a couple of the teams throwing their draws last night, and I saw one, it was like barely maybe in the 4 foot, and you have to look at it and be like, is it in? Is it not in? And
so do those count as a 4 foot, or does those count as an 8 foot?
Well, any piece of the 4 foot,
you're in. But
if it's tough to tell,
yeah.
I think we get Vinay out here, and he's running the Bonspiel.
So he comes out with the special glasses.
Right.
Inspect the stone.
I think we gave him cards. He puts up the number after each throw, like in gymnastics.
And here he is now.
so this Broomstone shot's going to just barely spill out of the rings. And I'm happy, John, we have a special guest with us. This is Pam, and she's a first-year curler at our club, and I just met you. So it's nice to have you here.
Thanks for having me. Nice to meet you.
And how are you enjoying yourself this weekend?
I am having so much fun.
Great.
This is my first Bonspiel, and I'm not participating, but I am watching enthusiastically and meeting everyone who's here, and it's just been a great time.
Yeah, that's exciting. And now you just started curling when?
Actually, a couple of months ago.
Okay.
Just started. I was introduced to it through one of the events here at Ardsley Curling Club, Cocktails and Curling.
Oh, nice.
And I was hooked.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you have anyone you did the event with is still curling with you?
Well, actually, I have a spouse, and he is actually the one who signed me up for the intro event.
Okay.
But I really took it and ran with it, so to speak.
Yeah.
But we're hoping that he comes back as well.
That's great.
Yeah, I mean, I've joined a couple of leagues. I'm in a women's league, and I'm really looking forward to curling future.
Good.
Yeah, you'll probably hook your spouse at some point.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
That's the way a lot of spouses have gotten into this. And there were some nights, not Tuesday nights, but or not in the women's league, but Thursday nights, Friday nights have a lot of couples that play.
Yeah. Well, John, you and Judith's your wife,
yes.
both play.
Well, I started first, and Judith would come down on Saturdays and hang out and have dinner after our curling, and everybody sort of convinced her to try it again.
Yeah.
But she tried it initially, and it was just wasn't really into it at the beginning, and distance-wise and work schedule didn't make it feasible for her to play it initially. But after things changed a little bit a few years later, and she joined, and now she's down here helping out also. And we play together on Thursdays.
You guys, do you like playing on the same team?
It's got its ups and downs.
Mm-hmm. I could see that.
It works out though.
Yeah. I think I've heard a lot is with husbands and wives, they say, I like getting down here because I can yell at them to sweep and they have to do it.
That's true.
That's always hit a weird bone in me. I don't know how I feel about that.
The holes are kind of too
Yeah.
big already.
Well, I get to yell sweep to Judith. Since,
yeah.
I'm the one who does the vacuuming at home.
Okay.
So I get to tell her to sweep.
Yeah. And then when you have the vacuum, does she
and
tell
she
you?
yells at me to sweep.
All right,
yeah.
great. Then the world has balanced itself out.
One tip for practicing your curling at home: don't use the household brooms to practice your sweeping, because the heads break off really easily compared to curling brooms.
And you know that because?
I may have broken a broom. So who's your favorite to win this, Pam?
Oh.
Haven't been.
Yeah.
Well, you can pick red or yellow.
It's true. I mean, one thing is, things change, as you guys are seeing, obviously. It can look like it's going one way, and suddenly it's going another way.
Yeah, I mean, right now this game is pretty. I mean, yellow's up 1-0, but without the hammer, this game's pretty much dead even.
Yeah. So for anybody else out there listening and has not tried curling, check our Ardsley Curling Eventbrite website and see some upcoming events. I don't know if we have any more events I don't know if there's any more curling and cocktails this season or any more open houses this season, because it's getting kind of late in the season. But you can join the mailing list and you'll get notifications in the spring or in the fall. And we also have our Learn to Curl classes that come up in the fall for new curlers and brand new curlers and curlers that have started this season and didn't get a chance to do the Learn to Curls yet. So a lot of opportunities coming up.
And I got to say, this was a great time to plug this, John, because we're trying to fix the hacks here on B. So something came loose, and I believe this is the second time they've come out to try and fix things. So I guess just one of the holes isn't deep enough or something along those lines. So we'll either fix it or we'll tell everyone to throw left-handed.
Well, that will make it more interesting.
Yeah, maybe they'll start playing at my level. All right, so I wanted to give a big thanks to Pam for jumping in here. We kind of roped you in and said, hey, do you want to grab a microphone? And we enjoyed talking to you.
I enjoyed talking to you too. Thanks.
Thank you. Really going hard on that yellow stone. Came up short of the rings.
And we got another technical check.
We do have somebody else. So what's they're still checking on the hacks?
Looks like it. Can we, let's see, B or C, which game's got, we've got a mess of guards on C. But
Okay,
they both
take a look over
look
on
good,
C.
pretty interesting. We're getting late into the third end on both of them.
I don't think they did they hang their score on second end on
It
C.
doesn't look. It was a steal of one.
It was a steal of one. So we're tied up at 1 on C. That's the C
Oh
event.
no, this one's 2-0.
Oh, a steal of 1.
Yeah,
okay, so 2-0.
Yeah, it was 1 red last end. We get a little rub. Oh. All right, so that clears that guard. Not their A plan. Now, I mentioned we had a nice contingent of Brooklyn teams, and if you look behind the glass, we have a lot of Brooklyn supporters. So another one of the teams, or a mix of the two other teams all sticking around. I like to see that.
Watching from the warm room.
Yeah. They don't have to listen to us.
No, they don't, but they probably are if we talk loud enough. And the warm room gets quieter.
That's true. All right, so red is line 2. And it looks like they're going to just kind of guard this yellow raise.
The jacket comes off.
So serious now, or warm. And the Nutmeg home team, they have, as I mentioned, they were going to 5 and under nationals. They have these nice uniforms they were able to get sponsored. I'm impressed. And now in the background, you see our ice crew. So we give a thanks to them. We do owe a big thanks to all of our volunteers this weekend. We just spoke to Pam. She was here volunteering all weekend. We think she left to go home last night, but we're not sure.
I don't know. It was a late night last night. One of the games went into an extra end.
Okay.
I think they finished at 1:30 or something.
Oh
1:30
boy!
in the morning.
You know what?
The draw started at about 10 o'clock.
Sure, I've played those games before. The Cool Duck.
Okay, so let's take a look back at our feature game. They've resolved our ice issues, hack issues. Plus, we're going the other way.
Yeah, I was going to say, we did have a lot of guards, and they're gone because now it's the fourth end. So now we're in an interesting spot where the viewers at home could have could have seen what was going on in the third end, and I know I, for one, missed out. We did have an interesting end on C, and now Cody's shot is just coming in.
Let's see, we can go to all the sheet view here.
Yeah. Oh, it's. Yeah. If you take a look at the house on sheet C, it's close. I'm looking at our screen from the warm room here, and it looks like yellow's sitting one.
I just have a large person in front of my view.
Sure. Again, if no one else was here, everyone would be able to hear us. We'd see everything, and have very little fun. Sheet A, we see this stone. They were trying to draw in, and it really came in, hit the guard up. Look at this shot coming in on sheet C. That's real nice. That was Nate Holm, and he put that one right on the button. So all Brooklyn has now is just come down, and if you bump it maybe 3 inches, your shot rock. Probably don't even need to bump it 3 inches. I like having this 3-sheet view because it really,
like the 3-sheet view?
It really, the way my brain is wired, this is how I can watch curling. Yeah, so sheet B, we have a really nice shot from Team India. And now they look to be lying 2 for sure. That yellow in the top, I think, I'm going to say his 3rd shot right now. Megan is looking to raise something in there anyway. Ooh, a nice hit and roll in our feature game. Tucks a little piece of that red in to make the shot difficult, but Galt will still have a shot at it.
And over on sheet C, it looks like yellow. Nice draw to the back of the forefoot, but not to outcount that stone in the button.
Okay. So we have 3-0
Holm
for
picks up
nothing
another
on
one.
that shot on that sheet. Really sweeping this one. Oh, just feathers it. Actually, I think I misspoke. It's just feathering the guard is probably making the shot, right? This one crashed.
He's trying to take it over.
Yeah. This is where all my friends tomorrow are going to tell me, here are the series of things that you said wrong on the commentary.
Well, they're welcome to come down and join us.
They are. They won't, but they're welcome.
Okay. It's just, I mean, you make every shot that's out on the ice, right, from the warm room?
Yes.
So they of course, can, make every call on the commentary from their home.
Okay, so that Broomstones shot came a little deeper than they wanted, but I think they started bringing it back. Just sitting top of the tee line leaves a nice hit and roll under your red. You put it there, and the hit and roll is going out of the back. Got a shot at the double. Just sticks around in the 12-foot, second shot. All right, so that one, we had a hit and spill out. The yellow just sticking around. So Peter here has a chance to hit and stick around. He'll lie too. And he's off. Gonna try and hold the line here. Sweeper's really holding that line. Gonna get a hit and a roll toward the back. It is gonna hang on in the back 12. And right kind of under that guard.
Yeah, not a bad place for it.
No. So now Jake's gonna. He's calling. He's got a decision. He can draw, or he can. Yeah, you can. His first thing was the hit and roll off the yellow. I like this draw. They have the hammer, so if you get one buried, now all of a sudden yellow's chasing you. This one looks real nice. It's going to bury nice under that yellow. Look at this. It's just a question, where did it finish?
It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
I think they're pointing to yellow.
Okay, I heard, are we shot, and then and a faint, I think so. But you don't get a real good look if you're you do one of those things where you just take the quick look, but then the other team is throwing, so you kind of just back off. So it's interesting. Does your call change if you're shot or not? I think they're just looking to put one, I guess, just about T-line. Monica's taking a look. Still nothing conclusive I've seen to. They don't seem to know. And for sure, I don't.
No, if they stay around, they'll have to do a measure. But we'll see what happens here. Still a few stones left.
And I'll also add, whichever one is shot, it could be either. You'd like to be the one in the front because you can put the stones, you can move them back. You
Can't move them forward?
Rarely move them forward. You need a few things to happen before you get stuff moving forward. Or, what is it, backward? Look at this one come in.
Oh, nice.
Getting real nice curl both ways. I mean, that shot is, what, 3 feet maybe behind the red, and it came in nicely. They've got the cover of the red and the cover of that yellow guard. So it looks like Monica just kind of wants to put it on the forefoot here, and we know you can bury it there, so if you're shot rock, you still have a chance at your 2. They are sweeping this, trying to hold the line past that red, get the distance. Pushing it. That's not a bad spot. It's not shot rock right now, but you have threatening ideas.
Yeah, the people at home can't see the gold sequin jacket.
That's right. I tell you what, maybe after this end or in a couple ends, I will jump down
run out
behind the
ice.
glass. Everyone see. Well, out on the ice seems a little obnoxious. I was going to say just go behind the glass. Everyone can see my fantastic jacket. So while Chris is getting ready, I have the pleasure of introducing a third commentator right now, our esteemed president. He loves hearing that. Our esteemed president, Derek Kaiser. Derek, how are you doing today?
Yeah, not bad. I've been worse.
All right.
So were we having a minor technical issue on sheet B earlier?
Yeah, the holes for the hack, it looks like got bigger than they should be. Maybe been hit by a stone too many times this season. And it was just coming out. We were thinking maybe lower the pins, but that really wouldn't alleviate the problem. The problem was the holes were too big, so we added a little bit of warm water in the end of the last end. Hopefully they hold when they start shooting off of this end.
Okay. Thanks for that update.
Yeah, I trust you guys. You know what you're doing.
I haven't got a clue.
Someone else does, though.
Okay, if you say so.
All right, so we got the final stone for Broomstones. That guard came in real nice. Doesn't look like there's any chance for any kind of split here for 2.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to draw for a full to the front. Oh, looks like Raju just picked up a 4-ender.
That's nice for them. That's going to
3.
swing their game from down 4-2 to up 6-4. Monica's shot, it looks like it's just running deep. So we have a steal of 1.
So we don't really know what the score is on
No, we don't.
on
We still haven't figured out what the third end was. We were looking at the other sheets, and I do know that it could have either been a steal or a blank, because yellow still has first rock. This one goes top 12. And now we're going to see a corner guard from Broomstones. They're going to play a little bit more aggressive down what we believe is 2. I'm going to say they blanked the third end. I don't know.
I think he's putting up the scores now.
Okay, there we go.
I guess they blanked the third end.
There we go.
There you go.
So we have a blank in the 13th end. So I don't know what the line score was here, but I'm going to assume the under is looking real nice.
I guess so.
So Peter's just going to try and have Kira tap this one up that's already in the rings and try and lie 2 that way. You know what, John? If we can pop over to sheet C, it looks like decision time over there. We've got what looks to be a timeout. The whole team looking this over. And if you look in the house, you could understand why they're thinking hard on this one. So we've got a bunch of rocks in the back. It looks like yellow's 1, red 2, 3. So Nate Holm and Nutmeg are definitely content just giving up that 1. And looks like they probably settled on a center guard here. All right, now Nate out of the hack. See what the sweepers think. Calling for a 2, halfway guard. This one really curling. Just going to over curl for what they thought, but it's still a guard, so it's always going to make things trickier. And now Brooklyn's got to decide how they want to play this.
Well, Brooklyn, they don't really have a... Well, I guess I could draw... Well, can they draw down to the 4 foot? They'd have to draw down to that red in the 4 foot.
Yeah, you almost have to get into the 1 foot there. I'm not sure what exactly he has. He's just going to try and... You hit the red, you're obviously not sticking around, so if he can get the yellow into the red, he's got that yellow that's 4th shot right now in the back. That one could get you your 2. So this is not an easy shot by any means. Looks like it's still in the red. It's going to just hit the guard. They will get their 1, though. So this game now 3-1. Nutmeg up 2 with the hammer. And that'll go into the 5th end. In the 5th end here, we go back to sheet B. Galt trying to hold this. Sweeper's doing well.
And they get a roll. And
right into the center line. Look at that.
And nicely hidden behind that guard.
Yeah, so now if this was that draw shot challenge, I believe that one's on the pin, so that's a perfect 5.
So that one counts as a 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think in this game they each get 1. They only count for 1 each. And we have to wait until all the stones are done.
Yeah. Yeah, this is different rules?
Slightly different rules.
Okay.
It would be interesting if you played each end with
yeah, I know
closest to the closest.
There are Bonspiels around where they have fun things with the score, and I think we've done that in a couple of our in-house Bonspiels, where you get points for putting in however many rocks in the 12-foot wins. I've done those before. It gets complicated.
Gets complicated.
Yeah. The game's complicated as it is. Just going to stuff this a little bit on, but the yellow peeks out and is completely in the open. Like they've decided they're just going to guard this shot rock. Right, Sweeper's thinking this one's in the house. Really curling too. Might be on that red. All right, so the initial call was to guard it, but the team kind of talked that one through and it was heavy and they worked it out. They're in a nice spot now, but it does leave red a double. If he can just hit on the inside of the rock he's got his broom on, roll in.
Maybe a little down. Yep. All the way. All the way.
Gonna sweep early. I think we're a little tight. Gotta get past that red in the top 12. It is. Here comes. Bang, and they both go. That's a very well done shot. So red now sitting the 2. This is yellow's 6th rock. They're discussing where they want to go with this one.
Let's take a look at all the sheets for a second and give you a scoring update.
Absolutely.
So on our feature sheet, we have Galt 2, Broomstones 0. On sheet A, this is the B event final. Schenectady is down 7-4. India's leading 7-4 over Schenectady.
Yeah, they put up a 5 in that last end. That's a big number.
That's a big one. And in the C event final, Nutmeg is up 3-1 over Brooklyn.
In our feature sheet, yeah, they got that one in the forefoot out of there. Wasn't able to stick around. And so now Connor's going to try and put a second one in under that guard. The red one just biting the rings in the top 12. Sweeper's backing off. Looks like it's just hanging wide, not gonna get under the guard, but it will stick around in the back. Well, it's back 8 depth, but it's in the 12 foot. Looks like Chris is just gonna try and hit that back one. This is a delicate shot. Sweeper's going hard.
You're on the top.
It's on that guard. Let's see if they can make something of it. It's going to bump that red over. Just out of the rings. You can't sweep it out, but you can hope it out.
You can hope it out.
And I think you saw that. You kind of do those swings. I love doing that.
I think red is still sitting shot rock over on the edge of the 12 foot.
Yeah. And Monica's just going to try and hit this out anyway. The yellow's in a real nice spot. Yeah, right in the 12 foot, controlling the center. Kim's just going to try and push this one over. It's getting close towards the nose. Rolls a couple feet to the left. So we'll see what Chris wants to do here. Chris and Peter talking this one over. If it was me, I would try hit off that top one. You maybe make the double. I think that's your A plan, but you make sure you get one out. Just figure figuring out where to put the ice. And Peter's got the pink broom head, which I like. I had a Bonspiel last week, and I have a yellow one. And so the guys were telling me, you have the yellow rocks and the yellow pad. It's annoying to look at.
Oh.
The pink's real.
The pink doesn't. I don't know. It's on the video though. It's not. It doesn't stand out quite as bright as you would think.
Yeah, you'd think it's kind of hidden a little bit, maybe in the 8-foot with the white ring there.
Yeah.
I like it. I think when I started, it was always an orange pad.
Yeah, I'm still partial to the orange, the fluorescent orange pad.
So the shot's away. Sleeper's just giving it a clean. Now on it. Looks close.
And did I get the angle right? Looks like they might have it.
It's just going to stick.
Jams a little bit.
All right, so draw a full 12 plus a couple inches. It'll get you your 2 here.
So Broomstones has a chance to tie up the game here in the 5th end.
A little bit of a fix on the ice. They might see something. We did get the hacks figured out, though, so Derek did a better job than he let on. Monica's shot's on the way. Supers have a beat on it. Just cleaning.
6-7.
6-7's real nice. Called right off. I think it's a little deep.
But it looks like it will stop in time for it to.
So we got a tie game in the A final. 3 ends to play. Galt with the hammer. Do a quick recap. We had a score of 2 for Schenectady on sheet A, so now that game is 7-6, India leading, up 1 with the hammer. And sheet C looks like they're still in the 5th end here. I missed Jake's call here. I don't know if he went the guard here or right in. I do like right in, I think. Or no, 6. Yes, no. An even end, you'd like to score your 2 here. So guard's pretty good. You know what? I take all of that back. They don't have the hammer. So let's pretend I didn't say anything. And this one just trying. It's just gonna hog.
Oh, it's gonna hog it.
All right, so John, we got probably a viewer favorite here. We're going to leave. We have a new set of broadcasters coming in just for this 6th end.
Hello. Hi, everyone. We're the new broadcasters for the 6th end. I'm Emma.
I'm Hallie.
And I'm Saray.
Awesome.
You might have heard me last night with Aaron Durba on ice. So we're bringing back the ladies' commentary for the A final here.
Hoot, hoot. on the button.
This is the sheet that they previously had a hack problem with, but I believe it has been fixed.
Some good sweeping. Let's go.
Good sweeping to save that one. Just gonna roll out. Probably gonna see another open draw here. We were up to what looks like 36 viewers, so clearly everyone wanted to hear us commentate and stuff. So thank you for joining us and sticking with us.
Let us know if you have any questions. Feel free to comment.
Or if you just want to say hi.
Better draw coming in here. They don't seem to be panicking on the sweep, so it looks fine.
Nice
Coming
start.
to a nice stop.
Maybe I was wrong. In fact, they were just calling a guard. The delayed center is an interesting call, but I like it. So, team from Galt's just gonna, looks like they're just gonna draw around that center guard here, try to force some offensive play.
So, Ray, you do a lot of skipping. Do you agree with the calls that they're making?
Yeah, I'm always a fan of a little bit more offense. You're about halfway through the game there, they're in the sixth end. So I always like drawing around the center when you have it.
Oh,
I think they're going to accidentally tap it in.
Vegetable tap there.
Happens.
Yeah,
looks like it's biting.
A little bit.
it might come back later now, so Broomstones gonna try to draw around now these staggered center guards. Might be able to force the pressure now, since they do not have hammer. Or they do have hammer. They do not have hammer. They did not listen to the colors that we so kindly put on the boards for them. But without hammer here, they're going to try to sink one around these two center guards, make it real tough for Galt to score even one if they make a good draw here.
It looks a little heavy.
Yeah, they are. The faster they walk, the heavier that we know the stone is. And they are power walking.
Oh.
Maybe it'll sit.
See if we can sweep this one out the back here.
Not sitting.
Yeah, they're going to sit too.
Nice one.
It's like a sneaky good shot because all of a sudden you got two biters, and if you ever missed your draw here, then they have a chance to sit three, and that makes you a little nervous. So I'm going to try to make a nice draw here around that center. Oh, they are right on the sweep here for this one. Line looks real good, but they got to keep it moving.
Looks like it's slowing down a bit.
They got this one. Just
Looks like it's gonna come around.
Oh, that's a really nice sweep.
Wow.
All right, just got that by there, but they're not going to sit shot. So Broomstone's still sitting one at the back of the house. They're going to try to draw another one around top four and really try to shrink that scoring area.
Back 12, back 8, fight!
Now, I don't think I've ever played with someone who is a lefty just always wondering, like, if they have to adjust, the
Yeah.
strategy because of that.
The strategy, not so much, but definitely the broom. So if we think about where we're aiming from, us that throw out of, as right-handers out of the left hack, we have a different angle for certain shots than people who throw out of the right hack as left-handers. So you're absolutely right. You do have to change the broom up a little bit depending on whether you're right-handed or left-handed. So as the skip, always important to be aware of how your players are throwing a little bit differently.
I'm just noticing the uniform of the gentleman in the black hat. He's got mathematic equations on his shirt in the red and the yellow.
Really?
Gradient. He has plus signs, multiplication signs, subtraction signs.
You win best dressed, sir.
Seriously. They said.
Looking pretty close. Oh, gotta be careful here. Mine still looks pretty nice.
It looks like it might go through. Oh, no.
No, it'll sit.
Yeah, well, that's really good.
Great throw.
Really nice.
Okay, yes, now Emma, I'm very distracted by this gentleman's
You see what I
uniform.
mean, right?
Yeah, I am making things exciting. Brightening up the ice a bit.
Absolutely.
Let's do a roundup on the other sheets as we're watching Vice Rocks come down. So sheet C, our C semifinal. Team Nate Holm out of Nutmeg sitting 3 with no guards right now. And then on sheet A, our B semifinal, we've got a pretty crowded looking house. But looks like Raju of Team India sitting 2. Maybe trying to hit and roll in for third count at this moment. And that draw from Broomstones on sheet B, just a little light. Gonna sit right in the top 12. And I think we're gonna try to hit this. Try to roll away.
Tell 12, guards okay. I like 12 though.
Make it really tough for them to try to get into it.
Guards better than heavy.
Now, Saray was telling us something pretty interesting beforehand. One of the skips, supposedly he only curls once a year, which I think is very impressive.
Yeah, so the skip from the Galt team, he's heading down to throw Vice Rocks, but he's skipping the team. Our team played him last night. Incredibly good team they are. And he let us know that he plays once a year, and I felt even worse after losing to someone who only plays once a year. However, they also told us that they've been curling since they were juniors, so I feel less bad.
They have a few decades of
They
experience
have
on you.
multiple, well, I mean, I have been playing for 10 years, but they've been playing for like 25 years, and they're very good. And if I only played once a year, I'd probably fall on my face every time I slid. So props to Peter for not doing that every time.
We know he does some cross training at least
Definitely.
in the off season. Let's see how he hits.
Nice.
Look at that.
Not what they wanted. Actually, just jammed that on the back there. So Broomstones is going to end up sitting 1. But Galt sitting 2, 3, 4 around the edge of the 12-foot there.
Saray, would you clean up like the top of the house, make it a little less congested?
Great question. So it's tough because if I'm Broomstones and I don't have hammer, I don't really mind all the guards because I want to probably either limit the other team to 1 or try to steal. And right now, you're in a decent position to steal, and if you ever maybe tap up one of your own red rocks into the 4-foot, you're sitting 2, and Galt's got to make either a tap or a run back to try to just get their one in there. So you definitely could. If you're Galt, you might have wanted, they were trying to hit and roll to sit probably 2 or 3 there, just a little bit off on that line.
I see. Let's see what they do.
So Monica Walker here throwing her first skip stone.
Right down to her, Charlie. T-line.
Alright, they want to go down to the tee line.
We were just talking beforehand how a lot of former national curlers are here at this event, playing at the Bonspiel, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, and Monica is one of those people making an absolute pistol of a tap to the button.
Beautiful.
Really great line call, great sweep in, just a great throw from her. So yeah, of course, Monica having been on the U.S. national team, got, of course, Cody Klauser on Sheet C, playing with some family and friends, and of course he's a national level player as well. On Sheet A, we've got Pian Raju of Team India, so we've got really pretty large and diverse
Representation,
group.
yeah.
All really talented players, which is so awesome to see across all our finals here. We've got Team Home that's going to the 5 and under nationals. We've got Canadians who are always good at everything.
We've gotten a few compliments from our Canadian visitors saying they really appreciate the amount of food that we have available.
Yeah, if you need a reason, another of many reasons to come to Ardsley for the Bonspiel, we will feed you really well.
There's so many snacks out right now, I can't even name all of them.
Now, we've got a really crowded house on Sheet A. There's many around. Looks like Raju is sitting 2, trying to maybe draw in for a third point. I think this is the hammer here coming. Oh no, he's red. I clearly don't know what color he's looking at. Raju not sitting. Drawing against 2, trying to get his
Wow.
Nice
Oh,
shot
wow.
on GP.
And this is why Canadians are good at everything. Really great shot there to sit 3. Oh, and just a little heavy on Sheet A as well, so it's looking like a steal for Megan Stewart on Schenectady.
Thanks for everyone who's tuning in. I notice our viewership count has gone up quite a bit since we started. It means we're doing a good job.
As long as we're not scaring anyone away yet, we are pretty darn happy. So they're going to have a tough one here to try to not give up a 3. Looks like Monica might be playing the same tap that she just threw. Always a nice idea if you can play the same shot. You just saw the line, you just threw the weight. Always nice to have the same shot twice in a row.
She looks like she's really focusing in. And I love how low she gets.
Oh, they want it to curl. Let's see.
Oh, looks really close here.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Ooh, sit. Sit down.
It's sitting. Brilliant.
Hey, cousin Neil, it's your cousin Maddie.
Spectators coming in to say hello.
All right, last stone for this end.
I'm trying to figure out what to do here. They'd really love to score multiple if they can.
Who do we think would win the best dressed skip in this competition?
I think it depends, like, what you're going for. Do we want colors? Do we want, like, classic? Do we want uniformity? Like, What do we want here, ladies?
As an engineer, you know, I love the math equation shirt.
Really can't get over this. Chris, points for Chris of the Galt team. Emma loves your shirt.
I'm going to ask him where he got it when he gets off the ice.
I am just a big fan of the Team India jacket on sheet A, and it matches his shoes.
You're right, that is a great outfit as well.
Oh,
Okay, let's
So
see.
cameras coming in here. Really close. Looking really, really close here.
ooh.
Oh, no.
Just barely missed getting that shot out. So it looks like it's going to be a steal one for Broomstones.
Good for Bruce.
Really good try there, and a great second shot from Monica Walker to really force the Canadians to make a tough one on their last.
Now this should be interesting because this is the sheet where there was a hack issue a couple of times. Part of the hack came off and attached to one of the curlers' feet, which I personally have never seen before.
It happened more than once. It was like...
It was only the one poor curler, unfortunately.
The very well-dressed curler, Chris.
Yes.
Shout out to Chris.
I will say we haven't had hack removal issues this whole season, so hopefully that was just a one-off.
Now the ice is definitely much faster now, so
yeah.
it should be interesting to see what happens.
And this is the slight uphill JK, it's not. That's what my skip told me. The one that I play with on Thursdays nights.
Well, if Emma Skip is listening, we have to have a chat later.
There's a nice little off-center guard here.
Yeah, they would have liked that just a little closer to center line,
Yeah.
but the weight's really, really nice, and that's going to be a good height for them to draw around later. Looks like Galt's going to the corner here, so maybe either a guard or just drawing to the side of the house. Sounds like it's a little heavy.
Yeah. Looks like it might go right through. Or
It might go into the house. I think they might have wanted a guard here, but it might end up just sneaking.
slowing down now.
Peeking over on sheet C, looks like they had just a little tick into the rings there. So Team Holmes sitting one, maybe a two. And I believe they do not have, they don't have hammer. But so maybe they're just throwing a guard over there on sheet C.
Now, if you don't follow us already on Instagram, you should give us a follow.
We are at Ardsley Curling Club on Instagram. Our excellent social media manager does a great job. Shout out to Jonathan.
2. 1, 2.
In fact, if you love this commentary so much, you can listen to 2 more hours of it from last night. We were on the ice. Luckily, the players were all super cool with us coming out there and bothering them during their semifinal games. But we had some really good games last night, and we're lucky to have some more great games here this afternoon.
It looks like for these past 2 ends, the hack issue is no longer. Shout out to Derek and
Jim?
And Joe,
ice
yeah.
Shout out to our ice crew for this whole
And Vinay, too. They poured hot water on it, and I guess it froze over.
Emma, I think you'd be a good ice maker.
I
as an
agree, I
engineer.
agree.
Ice maker.
We need more.
I love to
female
understand the science of it, honestly. You know, I'll come this September and maybe learn for the first time.
Also, for those of you listening who might find this funny, when Emma skips, she's like the super polite skip, which I think is very humorous. So she's like, please, thank you.
I also love screaming, and my ears aren't that great, so.
The more comfortable you are as a skip, eventually you just get louder and louder. and
Truly.
meaner. So Emma and Hallie are both newer players, so they're still really nice. Once you hit 10 years of curling like myself, you get a little meaner.
No, Saray, you're very nice.
I hope so. I hope my teammates think I'm nice.
They for sure do. All right, let's see.
Right. Just chipping that guard, maybe a little heavy, but also curling. So just tick that center guard over. Gonna leave a nice pile of corner guards for Team Galt to draw around. That's gonna set up really nicely. They'd like to get 2 here and then be up without the hammer coming home in 8.
Now, we were speaking previously with one of the team members of Team Galt, and I personally had never heard of where Galt was, but I believe he said it was like 3 hours from Toronto?
Yeah, it's like right in between Toronto and Detroit.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at geography, but I think that should be pretty close.
Oh, look, guys. We have a comment.
Thank you, Erica.
Yeah,
Love
Erica. Shout out to Erica.
Erica, where are you watching from? If you don't mind sharing with us. So yeah, it looks like that was a little light for their draw around here as well.
Oh,
Yay!
nice. Shout out to Gal. A goal,
Oh, there we
yeah.
go.
Thanks for watching us. We hope we're keeping you entertained.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's super cool that we're able to attract teams from different places, especially outside of the U.S.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's been really cool to have the team from Galt, I believe, has come every year. So this is our 5th edition of the Big Apple Bonspiel, and I believe they've come every single year, having won it before and making the final basically every other time. But we've had a Swiss team come. That was great fun. We've got players from Team India here. And you see Nate Holm is Scottish, but he lives in Connecticut, but he's still Scottish. So international presence all across the ice.
Love to see it.
Yeah, we love the broad community that we have in curling. That's one of the best things, I think, is getting to meet people from all sorts of
Definitely.
walks of life.
And it's great, with... Oh, you wanna... No,
Oh, no.
I was just going to say it's great, with the whole, kind, friendly spirit of curling, whether your teammate was on the national team or junior team, or if you're just starting, everyone's super open and, Emma and I just, basically started, a year or 2 ago?
A year ago, yeah.
And we've gotten, a very friendly welcoming from people, and that's really great. I grew up as a figure skater, so I'm used to the ice, even though my balance on the curling ice is not great. But it's really nice to be part of a team sport where everyone's very supportive and, is always there to help give you some tips and stuff like that.
Great takeout on Sheet B right now.
Yeah, great sweeping to make that.
I visited Ontario a few months ago, and I loved my trip there. I wish I had the foresight to buy a broom up there instead of waiting until I came back to New York to pay international shipping and the fees. Oh yeah, we love Chris.
Erica. Fancy shirt guy.
Fancy shirt guy. Maybe that should be our new nickname for him.
We're glad that you have friends that are introducing you to the sport of curling.
I actually joined because Hallie invited me to an open house, and I'm so glad I came.
Shout out to Andrew Stopera. I worked the Beijing Games for NBC's coverage, and I met him, and he's like, I'm a curler. And, at the beginning, we didn't really... I think a lot of us were like, what do you mean you're we didn't really know much about curling, and then we're like, oh my god, you have your own Wikipedia page? You're legit. And he's like,
Maybe
yeah.
I should get to know you.
He's like,
useful one day.
He's like, I grew up curling in Ardsley, and I'm like, oh, I should try it. So I'm like, Emma, you're an engineer. I feel like you like sports. Let's try this out. And it kind of started from there.
I love that curling is such.
After that.
Yeah, it's such a tactical sport, which I really appreciate. You don't need to be the strongest person on the ice. You don't need to be, world-class shape with an 8-pack. I can still eat and drink how I love, too. And you can still be an amazing curler.
It's true.
It's a very well-rounded sport.
It is. I think people underestimate
Definitely.
all of the different
Definitely.
aspects.
And sweeping is a lot harder than it looks. You have to have a lot of stamina.
Yeah, man. It's basically hit training for like 2 hours. Because if you're sweeping hard for like
Agreed.
20 seconds, 15 seconds, whatever the time is.
I always
then
make
you
sure to
wait
wear my
for it to
watch when
begin.
I get on the ice.
Oh, yeah.
I get all my steps in.
I know you got to get those steps in.
For sure. Oh, awesome. We are at a net positive of like.
Thanks,
maybe
guys, for
5
tuning in.
listeners.
40.
If you didn't join us a little bit earlier,
I'm Emma.
I'm Hallie.
I'm Saray. Welcome.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Got a little bit of a tricky situation on sheet B here. So they had a real nice hit and roll back, Broomstones did, to sit buried on the side of the 4. And I kind of like this call here from the Galt team. I think they're trying to run this in, maybe open some things up. They'd really like to score 2 here, and if they were to just draw around the center, they're really limiting their scoring area. So trying to open things up before cutting down their scoring area. Pretty interesting call here, but I like it.
Looks like it's going to be direct. Oh.
Oh, no way.
Oh.
Wow,
Oh,
look at that.
Wow, really interesting result. So gets 1 out, but still leaves his own rock there and 1 on the back 8-foot. But honestly, not that bad. It's out of the 4-foot. He's given himself more room to draw to. Not a bad result.
I'm curious, Erica, if you're still with us, does Chris have a lot of fancy shirts, or or is
this
this
retailer? Does he have a discount we can use?
So Broomstone's trying to make that draw to the 4-foot before Galt can do that same shot.
Hard, yep, hard.
Sleeping hard.
So this is a 1-off for Chris then. Thank you, Erica.
Oh, look at this.
Wow. Really nice sweeping.
Lovely.
Really nice shot from, I believe that was Connor from the Broomstones team.
We are over 40 listeners. Look at that.
41. Thanks for tuning in.
Tell all your friends.
Anyone wants to listen to some nonsense and also learn a little bit about curling, you've come to the right place.
I've told all my coworkers that I curl, and I actually work with a team of folks out in Omaha. And they were like, I just for some reason assumed they would be a little more popular out there. But they're like, I didn't know New England had people in their early 20s interested in curling.
If I'm remembering right, I believe that the U.S. Nationals was in Omaha once or twice.
I think you're right. That sounds right.
I think we have some flags out there. That's probably.
I didn't know that actually. Thanks for sharing.
Oh, Erica says his mom got him this shirt.
Oh my God.
Oh, Chris's mom.
Shout out to Chris's mom.
Great style. I love a fun pattern. Oh man, wait, this looks like a great shot.
Nice.
Love it. Great work.
Roll to the side. Still really good shot. Broomstone's still going to sit 1, but they've got that second counter in there now. It's going to end up being a really interesting end, so we're going to skips first here. The last 4 rocks are going to be big for this game. So let's see what's going on our other sheets. Looks like on sheet A, they just finished up the 7th end. It was a blank. I love a blank end. Shout out to my ladies team that makes fun of me for blanking ends. I hate blanking ends, but you got to do what you got to do sometimes. So looks like Team India, Raju is going to be down 1 with the hammer in our B final coming home. a shot coming in. It's like they're drawing to that top 4 spot. Really sweeping hard here, looking a little bit light. But these are some powerful sweepers.
It definitely looks like it's gonna make it in.
Oh yeah, they
Here we
are
go. They're going hard.
absolutely dragged
Nice,
that
nice.
shot.
Amazing sweeping.
One thing I've learned in my short time curling is that even if you think you messed up a shot, you know, the sweepers can.
Your sweepers.
Yeah, shout out to
save you.
sweepers.
And there's
Sweepers
always a
everywhere.
plan B and a plan C.
That's
Plan-
true.
Like
Definitely,
Z.
definitely need to keep an open mind with curling. You know, if it doesn't work out.
Chris's mom, Lisa. Thanks for commenting.
Oh my gosh! Shout out to Lisa.
Yay! Oh my god, we're up to 44 viewers.
Nice, nice,
We're
nice.
doing something right.
Hopefully. Lisa, just know that your son, very kind, very good player, and we love that you've gotten him such fun shirts.
We should play the Canadian national anthem if they win.
Yes.
Oh, Canada!
Hopefully Emma can sing it for us.
Yes, yes,
Callie and I will
yes,
sing back
yes.
up. And I would suggest everyone tuning out for that. 'Cause I don't know about you ladies, but I'm not a singer.
Yeah, I'm not.
Absolutely
yeah,
not.
More of
Yeah.
More of a non-vocal musician. I did try to win a child's bagpipe learning set in the raffle yesterday. I did not win it. I was very sad, but I can still
Try.
I can learn.
I never win raffles, but
I always win raffles.
What?
Well, no, I have good luck with raffles.
Was there any interesting prizes for this raffle besides the child set? Okay, we're a little
Lisa.
distracted right now, Lisa.
So sweet.
Very sweet. Ugh.
There was a lot of birding equipment,
birding.
like books about birds and stuff.
Looks like they're gonna take this red out.
This is
Oh, is that because
very
we're the Ardsley Ducks?
Nice.
That makes
Maybe.
sense. I see. Oh, that was a great throw, by the way.
Oh yeah, there's curling on.
Shout out to Chris.
Chris, we're all your biggest fans now. Still good. It's getting tricky. They really wanted to make that double, try to sit 2, but just over curled at the end here.
We have any updates on sheet C?
Looks like Team Holm out of Nutmeg up 5-1. But Team Clouser out of Brooklyn sitting 2 and drawing for a 3rd. So they got to be careful here that they don't give up a big end. But they've been playing real well in prep for their 5 and under trip to nationals.
Now I assume Cody would be part of that 500 trip.
Oh no, so different team.
Okay. Wow.
Cody's been playing for
No,
probably 20.
No, I know. I'm like, yeah, that wouldn't. I'm like, yeah, I don't think he would be eligible to be on a 500 team.
So this draw actually a little heavy here, not what they were looking for.
Oh.
Okay, so
Goes through the house.
This is an interesting situation here, ladies, because what do we
Tell
what
us,
do-
Hooray! Tell us, Hooray!
What would you guys do, right? So you're yellow, you're Team Galt. You're sitting 2 in the top 12, but you do not have the access to the back one. Thank you, John.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
John, we appreciate you watching all weekend, also on baby duty here in the club.
Oh wait, this is.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
shout out to
gosh,
John,
baby.
adorable baby.
Baby is adorable.
I'm
Real
loving
fan.
the Roots fluffy coat. Shout out to the Canadian brand Roots.
Again, if you have a discount code, please share it with us.
I went to, I should say, Quebec because, unless I guess the English part of Canada probably says Quebec, but I was told for the French part it's Quebec. I went to Roots for the first time, and I have to say I love the quality of clothing. Honestly, I think it trumps like the American LL Beam, to be honest. But I also think their like beaver mascot is like really cute. So
That's way
yeah,
cute.
shout out to the Canadians.
All right, big shot here. So they're going for this run back, which he did make against me last night, and I'm still not better because it was an incredible shot. Let's see if he can make another one.
Let's see.
Got a curl here. They're going to be close.
Oh, looks like right. Oh.
Okay. So a very good try, but it's going to be a steal one for Broomstones. So Galt's going to be down 2, but with the hammer going into the 8th end. So not a bad place to be at all. I think that's the right shot to try there. Because if you can go up 2 without the hammer, and then if Broomstones comes back, you have hammer in the extra.
We are changing our commentary staff.
So thanks for sticking with us. So thanks for having us on the ladies' commentary. We're heading out. So keep watching for the last end, you guys, and, enjoy. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Round?
Nope, it's fine.
All right, so we have some catching up to do. I was watching Sheet A, which is a good game. Do we know who scored in the 7th here?
On B or on A?
On B.
On B, they picked up another one. Stole one.
Okay.
Broomstones is now 4-2. And Galt has the hammer in the 8th end.
They got a nice corner guard up. So I will say the girls do a great job. They're a lot of fun. Unfortunately, we're back.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're back. I don't know. They were doing a great job.
So figuring out what they want to do with this one. They have a lot of things they can do. They can come around their own. They could hit the red. But I do like what he just called. Yeah, just down to it. Sweeping this one hard, try and get it by that red guard. Does not look like it has the weight though. All right, so it's another stone in play. Now Broomstone's just gonna try and guard that shot stone. That one right in the 1 foot, so will not be easy to get that out, and then you have to still score 2. Shots away. Sweepers seem to like it. Sweepers like the weight. Looks like it's coming in nice. Got a curl just up to get under. And that'll cover the shot rock real nice. All right, so if you're Galt, you got to start making things happen here. Got to try and double off those guards.
I mean, I think the best we can do is get to here, and they're just going to guard all day. Yeah, I think we got to open it up. Guard. Deal. Hard. Really hard.
So if this shot's made, those reds go, and the two yellow guards would be nice and friendly to try and score your two. Sweeping this one all the way. Looks like it's coming up to the nose. Might have shot rock in the back. That's a nice result. That's not what he called, but that works. Whole 8 foot's open for you now. Yeah, so now Jake's gonna just try and come right into the 4 foot, but basically put that stone back.
That's pretty hot. I think we're through.
So if they make this real good, it's very difficult for Galt. They do have those yellow guards up, but sitting 2 in the rings would be a real advantage for Broomstones. Check up just a bit. Right into the back 4. It's a nice shot, but right in the back, you could sit on it. It's hard to get 2 that way, though. So Peter's having a good think on this one.
I think we either throw the same thing or go here. Yep, bring it out. Go Ben, yep.
All right, so we are going to go for this draw here. I like this shot.
Bill. Drew, here is rock. Rock 4. I hate going this way.
Sweeper's calling back 4. We just bumped this back. Coming in real nice. And it's going to excuse me. It will sit shot rock right on the button there. But not a lot of real estate to get a second one. Cornerstone just needs to check up. It's going to fall to the back of the house. So now Galt will have another chance to put something in there. If he could have just cut it off, and I know that's what he was looking for. But if you just come up in the front of the house, it gets difficult to score 2 for yellow. they have to decide how they want to play this. You can put another one in, or you could think about start driving those guards in. I think with about a foot of separation though between that yellow and the red there in the 1 foot, you could make it bad if it ever pokes out the side. So I do like putting this second one in. Right there. You won't sit 2 right away, but you don't have to. And I'm wondering if the people at home are sitting there thinking, I don't know what I'm talking about. They'll figure it out. But we seem to have a good curling crowd out there that'll.
Nobody's arguing with you.
No. Well, yeah, that's true. Not right now, anyway.
No, wait till tomorrow.
Yeah. We're definitely going to get an exciting finish here. The last few rocks are going to be real tense.
And we have handshakes on our sheet A in our B event final.
Oh, all right. Do we know how that one finished up?
No, we don't. I think India picked up a couple.
Okay.
Go out on a limb.
Just coming in. It's got that back one to rest on.
And
all
nice
right.
shot.
Well, it looks nice now, but those yellows could be flying.
I got almost all of it. Okay. Control.
Whole team's going to take a look at it. And first thing I'm thinking is if you hit that yellow, what you can see hard, where do the yellows go? The one on the right definitely just would leave the house. The yellow one spins into all those back things. So they're figuring out how they want to play this. It does look like trying to figure out who's second shot right now. From this overhead.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
It's close. It may be yellow. I assumed it was red, but it may be yellow.
It might be yellow. Looks like yellow to me. I'm going to say yellow. But we'll find out later.
Yeah. I can't imagine this is how the end is going to finish. So it looks like Connor's just kind of play into these. You don't have to throw it hard at him. Gotta hold it. Sweeping for line. Now calling for the sweep to curl. It's going to end up in a nice spot. That's real good.
And well, that pushed that yellow stone back far enough so that yellow is sitting 1, red is sitting 2 and 3.
It does look that way, and that red one in the top 4 does not leave the house easily. Yeah, it looks like it's red 2 and 3 right now. And again, that red in the top 4 is a huge problem. I see while we were gone, we rightfully got some chat going about Chris's shirt.
We did.
I like that.
Or they did.
Yeah, our club, we have a bunch of people that'll wear fun pants. We're not into fun shirts yet. That might be coming down from Canada soon.
Maybe. Coming down from the north.
All right, looks like we're going to have some sort of hit here where they're going to raise their guards. They got to... The situation in the house is not good for them right now, so things have to start moving. So he cleans off the rock.
And I wait for a little cross traffic behind him there from people trying to cross behind from the game that finished.
This one took off right away. Yeah, he's not terribly thrilled with that. We got an applause for the B finalists coming back into the warm room. So yellow's still sitting in the 1. Second shot is red in the back 4. But the stone that Galt is really not happy with is the one in the top 4 right now. And it looks like Monica might be playing a little bump on this. Even coming up a little short wouldn't be all that bad. One's away. Whole team figuring it out. For line and weight, sweepers seem to like the weight. I think it's just coming up a little light. And it'll just snooker that yellow guard. So now you can't raise that one. That's what I think. I think they called for the little bump. I'm not sure if that was actually the call, but where this one ended up is a really nice spot.
So we can't see those guards in the shot, in this overhead.
No, but yeah, boy, oh boy, but this is difficult. Wonder if you have to start getting a little creative here. How do you get that second one in?
How do you either have to get that, have to get that second one in. Is there any drop path there at all?
I don't think you ever get around that red. So they're looking at ripping these guards. I'm wondering though, even if these guards were gone, would you have a shot for 2 if you had to go right at it right now? And it's tough to say. It can be made, it's just not easy.
I'm thinking this way. If you throw a heavy draw and it goes through, they still top. Right?
discussion, if you can hear over on the overhead from Sheet C, they're figuring out how to play their last end.
Right now, Nutmeg is up by 1 point. Brooklyn picked up 3 in the 7th end.
Sweeping this one early for line. Gonna have stuff happen. All right, opens things up. That one in the yellow on the yellow on the wing is open now. If you ever had to make some sort of miracle shot off of that one. Broomstones can kind of take that all away right now. She almost has just a shot for the win right now if they make this impossible for Galt to get to. And even if you didn't throw this one, it is really tricky. You tell me if this is my head in the clouds a little bit, but if you did have to throw for Galt right now, if you throw at the one on the wing, come off of that, and you can maybe clip the yellow into the red, and I think you get enough of the button, you would be able to sit 2.
So you mean take that, go for the yellow in the
in
on
off
the,
your
on the
own
edge of the 8-foot?
Yeah, in off of that guy, and
so hit about a half of a stone.
Probably somewhere around there. Yeah.
Roll across.
Yeah.
Possible.
I'm thinking. I mean, I haven't seen anything else besides that one that could help them.
Well, they're going to also have to contend with this Broomstone rock, whatever Broomstone decides to do.
Yeah, and it looks like top 8, top 12 the call, or even that guard. They'll just take away all those shots that are straight on.
What do you think?
Just going to go down and see what the front end thinks. Looks like we have a steal of 1 on sheet C, so they're going to have to play a 9th end. And we should be able to catch that one after the end of this game. Unless this one goes to a 9th end. Yeah. All right, so now Monica's down with the front end. They're looking at the camera. They'll see what we see.
If she were to draw down to that yellow in the 4-foot, would that take away any? That would take away.
Well, if they ever bump this the red into the yellow, if the yellow just leaves the house, it's. I mean, that was your 1. It's gotten difficult to get to. I believe they were just throwing the guard here. I just never really saw a shot down the center that yellow had that would have gotten them 2. But this guard's going to be well made. Going to just overlap on that yellow a little bit too. That's a well executed shot. So now we'll see what's Galt going to try. They're also where there are not a lot of good options. So they're looking at slashing in these guards. Wondering if they'll ever kind of just take maybe a look at that in off. trying to figure out if you hit this yellow exactly how you want it, where you would have to hit it to get your 2. So I don't know. I caught Peter there. He's saying if you just hit that red and yellow simultaneously, the red spins up. Yeah, we'll just listen in on what they're thinking. Looks like are they going to try and go in off of the guard instead of raising it right in? Yeah, this is. You got to just kind of barely scratch your own here. This could be for 3 though if he hits it dead perfect, like they were talking about. Wouldn't surprise me. Kim's a little excited in the back.
I bet. So what are they calling here? Yellow into red?
They're going to come off of their own on the wing there.
Oh, they're coming off one on
and then
the wide
hopefully
wing.
hit right into the red-yellow combination there. Shots away. Decent weight on it. Sweeping immediately for curl. And it's just not where they thought it was going to go. So they get a score of 1 to make this final 4-3. And so a big congratulations to the Broomstones team of Jake Davis, Monica Walker, Connor
Hogue.
Connor Hogue, thank you. I can't read that. And Kim Jennett. They are the 2024 Big Apple Bonspiel champions. And a congratulations to the Galt team, who are the A finalists this year. And they've won this thing before. They've won this before. And I know this Broomstones team, at least Kim, has won before too. So this was a
couple of good teams.
A special mashup.
They've both been here before.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a sport in sports history. There was a World Cup where Brazil won for the 3rd time against Italy, and that was the big thing. That who was going to be the first to 3.
Oh well.
Our sports scholars out there will
let us know.
Yeah, thanks for that in advance.
Okay, and so now that the A event final is complete on sheet B.
Yeah, we're just getting some nice pictures in there of the champions. All smiles over there.
And we'll go over to sheet C and see pick up the action there. Tied game between Brooklyn and Nutmeg.
So this is our C final.
Right now, Nutmeg is sitting 2 stones in the house.
This is going to be a nice little raise here, though, on their guard. Very nicely done. Yeah, so Nutmeg with last rock, they're just going to peel this guard out. Rarely is peeling the guard a bad choice. This one really curling. It looks like it's on the top. Just no one knows that one. Okay, so it gets rid of one of the guards.
They do peel a guard. Not the one they asked for, but that's good enough.
And an applause in the warm room for our A finalists. Now we saw Nutmeg, who has the last rock. They don't want rocks in play. Now Brooklyn's going to make a play, some sort of guard or in the house, as long as you get rocks in play. I think we saw in the background the trophy sneaking out there. And our winners. And another raise on this guard. That is pretty good. Look at that.
Well,
Let's see. They're lined up pretty nicely. The yellow goes right to the pin. So Nate's going to try and peel this card again. I think the last one was just a little bit inside a broom. Nice weight on this one. Sweep in. It looks like it might cross center. Yeah, definitely crossing center. But it peels the guard, so that was always the call. All right, so now we're up to Vice's rocks.
Back forward.
Still a nice crowd hanging out here in the warm room. A lot of Ardsley contingent.
waiting for the medal ceremony when the C event final concludes.
Sweeper set a little heavy. This one really curling. A little tap tap and bumps yellow, just biting the forefoot. Yeah, we got a better look here with the situation in the house.
Just give me the weight.
All right, Nate said control up normal there. So they're going to try and get anything in the top of the house moving. Now you can make a double or some doubles somewhere around here, but just want to make sure you leave your shooter in a nice spot too. Did I mentioned they have fantastic uniforms.
They do have fantastic uniforms.
Calling sweep now, should be close. Right on the nose, yellow goes, and the other yellow spills out into the 8-foot. So now red lying too. Looks like they're having a little bit of good banter there. See what Brooklyn's thinking to do here. right where Cody put his broom. That's where I like it. Little bump. It would be good.
Just looking at the tee line. Just want to freeze to it.
Yeah, that's perfect. That is what I would do, so I feel better about myself.
Good.
Hard, guys, hard.
Going hard for line.
Hard.
It's holding, though. Nicely by the guard. And a little kiss. That's a really nice shot. All right, I believe we're at last of the Vices rocks here. They're going to have a little talk about this one. Looks like his first thought's to drive that red in and open up the center here, if nothing else.
Everybody's going to come down and take a look.
Now, in a normal game, I think they give you a timeout for the ninth end, right?
They do give you an extra timeout for the ninth end.
So it looks like Nutmeg's going to take that right now.
So that was their timeout, I guess.
But we don't have somebody to come out there and yell at them if they take another one.
No, we don't.
But you know what? It's an exciting game. The more of this we get, I'm happy. And it's not the game from last night that took till 1 a.m.
It's not.
So Nate called for normal weight here. Nice slide out. Needs to curl. Oh, there we go. Should be close.
Looks good.
And the yellow goes. That's a real nice setup. Great shot. All right, so it looks like the call here is just hit and roll into the. You got a kind of a wall of stones to hide behind over there. The key here is Nate's always going to have a draw to the 8-foot. On it early. Really curling. And that'll sit in nicely for shot rock.
Nice shot.
And if you hit and roll on that yellow like you would want to, it's going to jam that yellow one in the back. So they have to figure out what they want to play here. Yeah, Paul's looking at if you can kind of just get in between those two, hit them both. It's going to be tough with those guards. But if you can come in and hit the yellow out without touching the red, that's real nice. And if you jam in the back, you'll probably roll over and still stay shot rock.
So what's the call here?
He's going to throw a normal weight takeout and
Gonna
try and
get it
get
on
in
the
between.
inside a
Yeah,
little
try
bit.
and hit both of those yellows at the same time there. This one doesn't. He's decided to go without the jacket. Throws away.
Yes, yes, yes!
Looks good.
Looks pretty good.
Looks good from where we're sitting. There you go.
Oh, nice shot.
Just like they wanted.
Leaving nutmeg red stones 1 and 2. They are way out there in the on the side.
Yeah. So the only.
But is there anywhere that yellow can throw here to hide?
Well, they're not hiding the front too much. They're going to try and freeze on that back one.
Yeah.
So that if they do try and hit it, it'll just go into the red. And if you can, I think the goal here now is you make this real good, and you hope that, well, you hate to be the guy that hopes your opponent misses, but you want him to not be able to get into the 4-foot. That 4-foot's always going to be open to you no matter what. It looks close. Still
close.
got to
It's still
curl
hanging
in.
out there.
Yeah, it's just going to hang out. But if your shot's stone, that's real nice. So now you got a choice. Do you want to draw to the 4-foot, or do you want to just take the crack at the yellow? Yellow's pretty open on both sides. Certainly on the one side. And it should hold straighter throwing this way, away from the wall. So it's a simple idea, but you got to execute under pressure. This is for the game. Looks okay out of hand. Waiting for it to curl. Really got to curl.
Really got to curl.
Really got to curl. It looks like it's falling out. He's just going to clip it into the back. Well, they were close on it. And a congratulations goes out to our team from Brooklyn, who are this year's C event winners.
C event winners.
So it was an exciting game. Yeah, it looks like both teams are talking about it. Not much you can do. Those sort of things happen. But a nice comeback there from Brooklyn. They were down 5-1 after 6 ends. Picked up a 3 and then a steal in 8, a steal in 9. Gets them a 6-5 win. So if we want to, I'll see if I can remember. We have our C event winners were Brooklyn, Team Klausler. C event finalists were from Nutmeg, Team Home. Our B event winners, well, do we? You know what? Us
We're not
sitting here, we don't know
100%
who.
sure.
We don't know who won, but I'll tell you who the two teams were. We had Team Stewart from Schenectady, and Team Raju, who
From
was
India.
Team India.
I believe Team India was the winner, but I'm not gonna
Yeah.
bet my money on that.
Yeah. I mean, they're sitting here in the warm room, and they're both having a good time, all smiles. So I hate to be that guy, but I guess they're all sort of winners.
Everyone's a winner.
Oh, everyone can smile. Not everyone's a winner.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And, of course, our event finalists and winners were...
Our A event winners were who ended up being Broomstones. Who ended up being the skip?
And Galt. Skip was Jake Davis.
We have it listed as Kim Jennett. She's the one that signed the team up.
Right.
But the skip was Jake Davis, vice Monica Walker throwing fourth rock, Connor Hoge threw third rock, and Kim Jennett was the lead.
Correct. And this has been the Ardsley Big Apple Bonspiel for 2024.
Yeah, we hope we'll be back for 2025. Hope to see some of you out here, and if not, again, we'll be here to talk you through it. Did you have a good time tonight, John? Or
I did.
This afternoon?
Sure.
Yeah. All right. We did okay, I guess.
I guess we didn't get blocked by the FCC.
Well, there you go.
So there you go. Everybody have a good night.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.